Konnichiwa! Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Nihongo Master podcast. I'm your host Azra, and I've decided to break it down to the basics today. The TeForm. Oh, I still remember the days when I first started studying Japanese and was trying to wrap my head around this. Long story short, I clearly remember it took me a heck of a long time. But hey, my past struggle is now your benefit, because I'll break it down nice and easy for you. If you've listened to our previous Study Saturday episode, it's okay to, you'll realize that we actually did use the TeForm in there and briefly discussed its conjugation. Today we're going to go through it step by step. If you're still wondering what the TeForm is and what it's used for, don't worry, we'll cover that today too. The way this podcast episode is structured is exactly like Nihongo Master's online learning system. Grammar point explanation and breakdown, a few example situations, and ending it all with a very handy list of all of the vocabulary words we used. Shall we get into it? Oh, the TeForm, my old friend. This is without a doubt one of the most important conjugations in Japanese grammar. Without the TeForm, you wouldn't be able to really grasp some of the other Japanese grammar. It's kind of like a level up token. As soon as you master this, you go from speaking short simple sentences to flawlessly and fluently expressing your thoughts in clauses. So what exactly does the TeForm do? There are 5 ways, and we learned one of the ways in the previous Study Saturday, to ask and give permission. The next way is, it creates a simple conjugation. Instead of saying, I did A, I did B, you'll be able to say, I did A and B with the TeForm. Let's have an easy example, shall we? So today, I ate pizza and drank coffee. You should already have all the pieces. To eat is taberu, pizza is pizza, to drink is nomu, and coffee is kohi. If you say that in 2 sentences, it'll be pizza o tabeta, kohi o nonda. Note that they're all conjugated in the past tense. Formally, you can say it as pizza o tabemashita, kohi o nomimashita. Now, to use the TeForm to connect them, we have to change the verbs. Taberu is a ru verb, so to conjugate a ru verb, all you have to do is switch the ending ru with te. As for the sentence, we can say it as pizza o tabete kohi o nonda. I ate pizza and drank coffee. How about u verb conjugations? What if I want to say I drank coffee and ate pizza? The verb nomu is an u verb, so the conjugation is slightly different. I'll make the breakdown simple. U verbs that end with ru, for example, noru, to ride, tsu, for example, matsu, to wait, and u, for example, au, to meet, all of that is replaced with te. Noru becomes notte. Matsu becomes matte. Au becomes atte. U verb that ends with nu, for example, shinu, to die, bu, asobu, to play, and mu, nomu, their ending sounds are replaced with nde. Shinu becomes shinde, asobu becomes asonde, and nomu becomes nonde. U verbs that end with ku, for example, kaku, to write, it's replaced with ite. So kaku is kaite. But if it ends with gu, like oyogu, which means to swim, then the gu is replaced with ide, to make oyoide. U verb that ends with su, for example, hanasu, to speak, is replaced with shite. Hanasu becomes hanashite. There are exceptions known as irregular verbs. Suru, to do, becomes shite. Kuru, to come, becomes kite. And iku, to go, becomes itte. So, now that that's out of the way, I drank coffee and ate pizza is now kohi o nonde pizza o tabeta. And that's only the second way to use the TeForm. It gets easier, don't worry. The third way to use the TeForm is by using it as a simple command. If you want to politely command someone to sit, like, hey, sit down, just say, suwatte. But a command to not do something gets tricky. You first have to change the word to its negation and then add a de. To say, don't sit down, you say it as, suwanaide. It's different from the negative form of the TeForm, which can't be used as a command. For the negated TeForm, whether it's verbs or nouns, all you have to do is negate the word first, then change the ending nai to nakute. Yasui becomes yasukunai, then yasukunakute. Taberu becomes tabenai, then tabenakute. Anyway, the fourth way to use the TeForm is to express a reason or a means. The other day I saw some really cheap shoes, so I bought them. You could use kara, like kutsu ga yasui kara kaimashita. But you could also conjugate the e adjective by replacing the final sound e with kute to make yasukute. Kutsu ga yasukute kaimashita. If you want to conjugate na adjectives instead, you simply change the ending na with de. Yumei na, famous, becomes yumei de. Okay, we're almost there. Our final way of using TeForm is by combining it with iru to make teiru, the present participle. To say I'm watching TV, you say it as terebi o miteiru. And since teiru conjugates like ru verbs, the polite version is terebi o miteimasu. Okay, that's pretty loaded. Let's slowly recap what we talked about. TeForm is used in 5 ways. To give and ask permission by adding mo i to make temo i, as a simple conjugation, as a simple command for the positive TeForm only, to express a reason, and to form present participle by adding iru to make teiru. To conjugate verbs into TeForm, figure out if it's a ru or u verb. With ru verbs, the ending ru is replaced with te. With u verbs, those ending with ru, tsu, or u have their final syllable replaced with te. Those ending with nu, bu, and mu have their final syllable replaced with nde. Those ending with ku have their final syllable replaced with ite. Those ending with gu have their final syllable replaced with ide. And those ending with su have their final syllable replaced with shite. To conjugate adjectives, e adjectives just have the e changed to kute, and na adjectives have the na changed to de. The negated TeForm is achieved just by negating the word, both verb and adjective, then having the nai changed to nakute. Phew! We've successfully broken down the TeForm. Now, we just have to practice it. And what better way to do that than with a few role-playing scenarios fit with the new grammar we just learned. Our first role-playing scenario looks at friends Haku and Nana at school. Take it easy as we have the English translation afterwards. Nana-chan, 明日は暇がある？映画館に行きたくて一緒に行こうか？
明日は買い物とカフェに行って多分暇がないけど、どこの映画館？何の映画を見たい？
新しいのアニメを見たい。買い物とカフェの後で多分行ける？渋谷の映画館に行きたくて、この辺はたくさん店だ。
そうだ、買い物を終わってカフェに一緒に行こうか？後で映画を見て。
いいプランだ。何時に会おうか？ 13 時でもいい？
少し汚れてもいいの？たくさん買い物したいから15時でもいい？
いいよ。明日は雨が降りそうから傘を持って行ってね。
はい、わかりました。じゃあ明日ね。
Now let's have a listen at the English translation. Nana-chan, are you free tomorrow? I want to go to the cinemas, so do you want to go together?
Tomorrow I'm going shopping and to a cafe, so maybe I don't have time. Which cinema? What movie do you want to watch?
I want to watch the new anime. Maybe you can go after shopping and the cafe. I want to go to the cinema in Shibuya, and the area has a lot of shops.
That's true. After shopping, let's go to a cafe together. After that, we'll watch the movie.
Good plan. What time should we meet? Is 1 p.m. okay?
Is it okay if it's a bit later? I want to shop a lot, so is it okay if it's 3 p.m.?
That's fine. It looks like it's going to rain tomorrow, so bring an umbrella.
Yes, got it. Alright, see you tomorrow.
See how a simple conversation of planning a day out can involve quite a few TeForms? Let's move on to role-playing scenario number 2. Colleagues Coco and Nana are getting a couple of drinks after work. ねえ、ナナ、なんで立ってるの？座って。飲み物はすぐに来るでしょ？
はいはい。わあ、今日の仕事大変だよね。たくさんの仕事あって、昼ご飯食べなかった。
そう？お疲れ様。私は今日忙しくなかった。
羨ましいな、高校。私は明日も忙しくて、今晩飲みすぎないでね。
少し落ち着いた方がいいと思う。飲みすぎてもいい、多分。
ダメよ、私たち明日は仕事早いから。
そうだよね。仕事について話すのをやめましょう。週末は何してるの？
多分、飲む。
Okay, quiz time. We'll have 3 quiz questions for you to challenge yourself with. First question. Who had a rough day and why? Second question. What's Coco's advice to Nana regarding having a busy day again tomorrow? Third question. What's Nana's plans for the weekend? Time to check your answers. The first question's answer is Nana had a rough day because she had a lot of work and didn't eat lunch. The second question's answer is Coco advised Nana to drink a lot so she can calm down. The third question's answer is Nana's plan is to drink over the weekend. Let's wrap it up with a quick vocab recap. Noru, to ride. Matsu, to wait. Au, to meet. Kaku, to write. Oyogu, to swim. Hanasu, to speak. Kutsu, shoes. Yasui, cheap. Yume, famous. Miru, to see. Eigakan, cinema. Eiga is movie. Kan is building. Kaimono, shopping. Mise, shop. Nanji, what time? Ame ga furu, to rain. Kasa, umbrella. Motsu, to bring. Tatsu, to stand up. Suwaru, to sit. Sugu, immediately. Shigoto, work. Taihen, difficult. Hirugohan, lunch. Isogashi, busy. Nomisugiru, to drink a lot. Ochitsuku, to calm down. Yameru, to stop. Hanasu, to speak. Shumatsu, weekend. So, can we all agree that the TeForm is one of the most useful grammar in Japanese? What's the toughest part of this conjugation for you? Tell us what you think by commenting on our social media platforms. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Also, if you're interested in similar bite-sized grammar pointers, head over to the Nihongo Master blog for more. And if you're keen on picking up some more Japanese for yourself, pop onto our official website, nihongomaster.com, to learn more about our interactive online learning system. At Nihongo Master, we offer efficient Japanese lessons that are quick, easy, and fun for Japanese language learners of all levels, from beginners to advanced. Our smart tools will assist you in areas where you need a bit of a push and congratulate you on the ones you've aced. Get a subscription today and get a head start on your Nihongo journey with Nihongo Master. Thank you so much for listening in. Join me next time where we'll be looking at another interesting part of the Japanese language. Mata ne!